All right, guys, we are here with John. Say hello, John.
Hello.
You're the one person that actually does say hello. Ferrets always make some sort of weird noise, and Hitman just goes meh. All right, so guys, obviously we're going to be talking about the Galaxy. It is on the screen. It is there. That is I believe that's an official photo, or CIG have released the official photo. We'll get all to it. So just to reiterate, the Galaxy is rumored to be the new RSI ship that is coming out. It is bigger than the Perseus, but smaller than... Hang on. So let me go through, and I actually have the size
Polaris.
chart. Yeah, so it's bigger than the Perseus, but smaller than the Polaris. Price. I'm thinking this thing's probably going to be about 650, 700, 750.
I was going to say between 6 and 8.
6 and 8, yeah. What did the Polaris sell for, do you know?
I don't know, but here's the thing is, right, there's usually, there's usually some sort of modern tax on ships. Like if it's like a recent design, like a Polaris or something, price goes up. Or if it's a newly manufactured thing, right? So.
Star Citizen Polaris. It sold for...
I want to say 750.
So it sold standalone was 750. War Bond was 675. War Bond original was 625. So we might we might get it for about 600 War Bond.
Okay. Yeah.
War Bond, I would say maybe 600. Standalone, we would probably maybe get it for
7.
675. Yeah. So probably 675, 7. So obviously at the end of the day, now obviously keep in mind, guys, the size comparison is not official. It is approximately, but I will admit that this ship, dude, it looks friggin' amazing. And she is armed. Like, this thing has, like, I think they said there's like 5 guns on it.
Yeah. Well, it says, they said there's size 5 guns on there.
Size 5 guns, and there's one on the front. We can see that. There's 2 on the wing, we believe, and I believe there's 1 on the roof. At the very least, there's like 4 guns on this thing.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like, see if there's any information on the website about it. But yeah, at the end of the day, it looks frigging amazing. It looks insane. Like, shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, it looks fantastic.
I think this is going to be one of those very popular ships because of the modularity.
So just to clarify, they're claiming here it's 3 size 5 turrets and 2 size 4 missiles. But yeah, so apparently there's just 2 on the wings, 1 on underneath. Maybe there's not 1 on the top. I don't know. I thought there was. But sorry, keep going. What were you going to say? Sorry. Is it intermission? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm stuffing my face.
That's all right. So the RSI is the large version of the Constellation, made modern. Modularity allows for choice of roles with focus of industry over combat. Its multi-crew weapons and shields ensure safety in hazardous situations. Its modules include weapon refueling, medical transport, and will expand in the future. It holds a crew of 6, has an SCU count of 32, and is equipped with a size 3 shield. 3 size 5 turrets and 2 size 4 missiles, including extra small hangar for bikes. Now, it looks like it has a hangar on the roof, but they're claiming the hangar is underneath it for bikes and stuff. Ship can be described as an industrial Perseus with heavy Constellation influences around the carrack's size. Ship models take up ship modules take up enough space in which 512 SCU is how much cargo expands to with the cargo model. So if you have the cargo modules, it jumps from 32 SCU up to 512.
That's really good.
It has no stub. It's in development, purely not concept. And it's planned around the Stanton Pyro gameplay. So, yeah. Like, we actually went through, and there's this shot of it here. Now, we were thinking that here, about the mid towards the back, was actually going to be a hangar. I think it was you or Hitman that was saying it was possibly a hangar. But they're saying that it's actually just underneath and it's just for the bike.
Yeah.
But
that's what I've consistently heard.
Yeah. But dude, I can tell you now, this ship looks freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I like the cargo capacity. I like the modularity in it. I wish we could get the modularity more up and running. Because it is something that obviously we have long needed and long wanted. Like, for example, the Caterpillar is supposed to be modular. The Carrack is supposed to be modular. The Galaxy is going to be modular. That's one of the best things about, like, Elite Dangerous, for example, right? Is that you can go through and you can get your ship and you can change out the modules and actually go through and have a different module installed, and then that gives you benefits to your ship. And I'd like to see that with other ships, like this sort of ship, for example. Instead of having different variances, I would like to see them focus more on modularity. I get when there's like a major change, but like major hull change, but if it's just like the ability to like drop out like a med bay and put in a cargo bay or vice versa, that to me is like ultra cool. What were you going to say?
Yeah. No. I'm gonna be curious to see when we see that, because I wouldn't be surprised if that's not too far behind 4.0. If that's a patch or two after.
I think they're trying to get it done for 4.0. So we went through and we covered this.
No, I mean the modularity.
Oh yeah. Right, gotcha. Yeah. We went through and we covered. When do you think we'll see the ship? Do you think we'll see it for Pyro?
I hope so, because I'll tell you something. It's going to be tough deciding whether or not to take this on our first spin to Pyro or the Banu.
I don't think the BMM's going to be done.
You know? Really?
Not for Pyro. So...
Really?
So, okay. So, how do I say this without getting my friend in trouble? I'm hearing BMM is going to be a Christmas gift.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
and I'm hearing that Pyro is going to be a mid to CitizenCon event for next year, and the BMM is just reportedly, from what I'm hearing, rumors, grain of salt, everybody, the BMM is going to miss out. Yeah. Just. But
yeah, because of this, I feel, it's funny because like I want to see the BMM, but it's like if we're gonna be getting the Galaxy for 4.0, not even gonna be that upset about it.
No. To be honest, man, I'm expecting you to take me, and Fez out on this thing, and us do the whole jumping through the gate and jumping into Pyro in your new Galaxy that you're going to be buying, because when I saw this, I'm like, yeah, John's going to buy this thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this has like John written all over the side of the fucking thing.
I'm still a major proponent of the Perseus. I love the Perseus. Like it's on paper it looks like a great ship.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's like with what I do in the game, like this suits my needs a bit better than the Perseus.
Yeah.
And you know, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, you know, there's no, I wouldn't say there's necessarily a wrong answer between the two.
No. Well, no, like, dude, between you and me, if this was more reasonable for a price rise, like, I'm not saying it's unreasonable, but like if it was more, if it was lower, dude, I would have brought this fucking thing.
What
like,
if it was below 500?
Like if you got to remember. So I'm in Australia, right? So everything that
Right.
price wise is literally almost double the what you guys are paying for it.
Really?
Yeah. So it's about an extra 1.5 times the amount. So, for
Jesus
example,
Christ.
so like a $300 ship is more like about $550, $600.
Wow.
Australian dollar to US. Actually, we want the other way around. US dollar to Australia.
I didn't know it was that.
So 300 US dollars at the moment, and this is on a good conversion, is $455. So 500, almost 450. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. So this thing, for example, say it's $600. I'm looking at $910.
God damn.
Like if it's 500, it's still $758. Plus, I got GST on top of that, which is 10%.
Yeah.
So that
Well,
$750 is now $810.
I'm assuming that's like the Australian VAT.
Yep.
Oh.
Which, to be honest, buying on the black market, I get to avoid.
Yeah.
Just saying, not suggesting that to anybody, but I'm just saying.
Of course not.
No, yeah. Obviously, we all want everybody to pay their fair share in tax. But like 450, for example, 682 plus GST, I'm looking at around 750. So, which, don't get me wrong, it's half a week's work. Half a week's work, a quarter, a third of a week's work. It's fine. But it's still it's a shit ton of money to spend on a video game.
Especially in one go.
Yeah. But that's what I saw when I saw it. I thought, this is John's name written all over it.
Yeah. This is one of those things where if they have as many modules as, let's say, the Carrick does, or what they were planning on doing with the Carrick, I don't know if that's still, but if it's the same, the Galaxy is going to be a very, very good ship.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'd say it's going to be very difficult to beat.
I want to know what this thing up the top is, because, like I said, it looks like a hangar. And if it's a ship this size, you think it would have a hangar up the top. The character.
You would think, but there could be a reason for what that is,
I think it's a hangar. You got to remember, we're running off leaks. Leaks are not perfect. I think it is a hangar.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it could be a really small shuttle bay like what the Carrick has, because that's not a big hangar. No. It could be for the fucking medical policies or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's probably an extra small to a small hangar. I think you'll find what it is. Considering it's only also got 3 guns, they're probably going to want to boost up the fighting capabilities of it a little bit more. So I would say a fighter is also likely to be possible because of that reason. But I love the style of it. It just looks freaking amazing. It really does. Yeah. Like, I am so going to copy this design and put it in Imperial Galactic Survival.
I'll tell you what. I like this. I like the design. I like the overall look of it better than the Perseus.
Me too. Yeah.
Honestly, I would say this is probably one of the best, just from this alone. Honestly, I think this is probably one of the best looking ships they've ever put out.
I do worry about the lack of ammo and guns on it. Like, I know it's got size 5s. I know there's 3 of them, but it does seem to be still a bit under-equipped when it comes to weapons. But it does look like those guns are double-barrel guns, like on the Hammerhead. So you got 2 size 5 size, but like 3 turrets. So you've got 3, 6. You got 6 barrels firing size 5s. Like, it can wreck anyone's day.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do we want to talk about the relation to it and Elite Dangerous's Anaconda, I believe it is?
I haven't played Elite Dangerous, actually.
Alright. So there are a lot of people that have mentioned the fact that this is very similar to the Elite Dangerous Anaconda, I believe. Let me just have a look. Dangerous Anaconda.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you could have argued the same thing about the Perseus, too.
Yeah, so the Anaconda they're claiming is the... And I get it. It does look very similar. But I'm not upset. I'm not mad. No. I'm trying to save the image, but it keeps running. There it is. JPEG. Pictures. Save. So we go add image RSI Galaxy Anaconda. Pictures. Anaconda. Okay. I just resized this for you guys. There you go. So you have that. That's the Anaconda there. And then... Oops. Where is it? So that's the Anaconda, and that's the RSI. And look, there is similarities between it, especially when it comes to like the engine mounts at the back. But the nose is completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, like I said, I'm not mad. Look, to be honest, the more ships that are around, the better for Star Citizen. Hell, I reckon copy every ship, put it in the game. And like I've said many a times, if they put Destiny in the game, like some sort of deep space explorer, dude, I will work 3 weeks straight making bank to buy that fucking thing. No matter what the price. CIG, there's your hint. Like you put like some large ship, exploration, that's like self-sustaining and that can just like travel and and all that sort of stuff and like explore worlds, and then I will fucking buy that thing with real world cash.
You mean the Endeavor?
Yeah, maybe a bit bigger than the Endeavor. Does the Endeavor
Join
have a
the
shuttle
cult
bay?
of the Endeavor.
Sorry?
Yeah, you can get a shuttle bay module for it.
What's the Endeavor look like again? Star...
I'll DM it to you.
That's alright, I got it in chat.
Oh.
N-E-V-O-U-R.
It's a Misk Longboy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit too long, I think. Maybe a bit smaller than the Endeavor. But, I do like the Endeavor, though. I have thought about purchasing it.
Yeah. I know, Paul Shelley at Astro Historian is a very big proponent of it.
Yeah, and I like the modularity in it, too.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be curious to see what the price of it is this year, because if it's not too bad, I might get it.
Mm.
I might
Anyway,
move some stuff around in my hangar, but
as for the Galaxy, so final thoughts. Obviously, you're buying it.
yep.
Anything you don't like about it?
Not that I can think of.
I
Actually,
just
can
wish it
I
had
add
more
something?
guns.
Yeah. It's funny. I was hearing rumors of a medical Carrack.
Oh, okay.
This isn't that far off of the money
Yeah, put
when
the
you
med
think
bay in
about it.
it. Yeah, put the med bay in it, and yeah.
Yeah. So, and the thing is like, sure, we had the Apollo, right? But we didn't have anything that, like, with the Galaxy. It's like, okay, I'm assuming it had more range than, let's say, the Apollo.
Mm.
So
So the
it's like,
modules, just to recap on this, the modules are weaponry, refueling, medical, transport, and cargo. Um, so there is rumored to be a medical, like a medical sort of module that goes in this thing.
yeah. So I mean, you could use this as a search and rescue ship.
Mm. Or exploration.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't have an exploration module for it. Then maybe they will.
Yeah. Could you imagine if you could put a hydroponics bay in that thing?
Mm. Oh shit, dude! If that's the case, I'm buying it.
Yeah. Oh, you'll work for a couple weeks to save up and get
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh, I've got the money to buy this thing right now. I've got more money than I can fucking stick out. But at the end of the day, it's yeah. Like I said, I've always wanted the exploration ship. Something where like you, me, Fez, and Hitman and maybe Cap and a few of the others, can just go through and have alt accounts that just like we'll just go through and like for like 3 hours or 4 hours on a weekend or something, just be like, yeah, we'll sign into our alts and do exploration.
Yeah.
Live aboard the ship, be out in the distant galaxy somewhere and exploring, and we could have like a little fighter, and like just live off the ship. I've said this several times. The one thing I think this game is missing the most is the live aboard ship thing. I get the stations and everything like that. I get that, right? But there's people like me who just want to live aboard our ships.
Yeah.
There was a show that was out, sci-fi show that was out a few years back, Dark Matter, where the crew wake up aboard a ship and they've got no memory, and they're aboard a ship called the Rosinante. Rosinante, I think it was. Razor. But I was going to say, but anyway, they're aboard this ship, right? And they had no memories of themselves. Now, they all ended up being a bunch of evil mercenaries that were like the coldest bunch of criminals ever. And then because they lost their memories, it brought up the whole, well, are they still the same people or have they changed? And obviously, spoilers, they changed. But I was going to say, but at the end of the day, it was those like 5 or 6 or 7 guys living aboard a mercenary ship who occasionally called into a station for refueling, but apart from that, spent most of the time going through doing jobs, living on the ship. I want that experience.
Yeah, and the thing is like, I'd at least, hopefully in the near-ish future, we'll be able to pack, like with the cargo refactor, we'll be able to park boxes of, like, I don't know, bottles of water and food and whatnot in the cargo bay, and then you take it out and you stock the freezers and do whatever.
Yeah.
Like, with that, it doesn't seem like that entire thing is not that far off.
No.
I mean, that obviously depends on what CIG's priorities are, but it's like,
I was playing with Satellite, who's in our Discord. Soul, he calls himself by now. He's just recently brought Star Citizen, right? And he was always one of the guys that said, "Oh no, I want to wait." He just recently brought it, and him and I were playing it the other night. Yeah, we had some bugs and some teething problems and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there was like, we're going through and we're doing like missions, and I sent him like $2 million so he could go and buy himself a prospector in game.
Uh-huh.
And he went through and he brought the prospector and we went out and we went mining and stuff like that. And it got to a point where his character was dying because of lack of food and water. And we were like mining on like Aberdeen or whatever one of those sort of moons was. And we were like, oh shit, we need to go and eat and drink. And then we're like, did you bring food and water? And I'm like, no, I forgot. And I'm like, you didn't get it? And he's like, no. And like, we were like, oh shit, yeah, we have to actually go back to a space station and eat. So yeah, like I say, the whole eating and drinking mechanic, I'm not upset it's in the game. It actually goes through and it makes you prepare for this sort of stuff, you know. And then when we went out again for mining, he had to go through and then he grabbed a couple of bottles and threw them into his backpack. You know, he took a couple of fruit bars and threw them into his backpack as well. So if he was out again, he could just eat and drink and keep mining. And I presume that sort of stuff will be in the future. Like, you know, you'll have like you say, a cupboard or a pantry, and it'll have all that sort of stuff in it.
Yeah.
Especially with Pez. I think a lot of this sort of stuff comes on board when Pez comes on board. But yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Regarding the Galaxy, personally, I love it. John's obviously buying it. I presume Fez is probably going to get one as a buyback. But let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Obviously, guys, this video has been helpful. Please smack that like button of the channel. Welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night. Say bye. Say bye, John.
Bye.
Have a good night. Enjoy, everybody.